guys, happy Tuesday. I hope you have a wonderful day. Okay, you're gonna have to stick with me today because it does align with the cards, but I got a lot of messages here. I think that this is a day of, and this is a process. This is not, absolutely not going to happen in a day, because I think it's acquired over a lifetime, right? And it's just really taking a look at the past for what the past was. I think that a lot of reflection, a lot of maybe realizing patterns that you have. I think that there's and I'm not a big fan of the healing word, but there's stuff here that needs to be addressed and looked at, and I think stark realizations are in order as to why you're not where you want to be in life, and the superficial things that held you back, when in fact had you had your eye on the bigger things, or the things that were more important or more vital, you didn't pay attention to, when in fact I think people in your life may have been, or events, or signposts in some way, be it in the form of a person, a family member, a friend, or something, spiritual guidance, may have been trying to point you in the right direction, but you may have been so fixated on maybe doing things your way, or something like that, and you're really starting to see now the stark realization of how that really didn't work for you, and the limitations that you may have put on your life due to that. Because I think there's a wound here that really needs to be looked at, because I feel that someone is very how do I say, there's a wound, like a torn apart part of you that needs to be looked at, and I think that where the Justice card is coming in here today is really just saying that there's like I say, there's destiny in that card. There's I think it's really just balancing out your life and realizing that you have to take account for, a lot of times what I think happens too is people, there's a strong feeling of fantasy in here, and there's a strong feeling of just thinking that you can play something out in life. Say you want an example would be to take you want to have this particular career, right? But you think up in your head that you can do it, but you've had no schooling on it, you just think that you can go and you try to do it, and you fail immensely because you don't have the qualifications in life for it, right? You've got to, again, this is where I think that you overlooked maybe the things that you needed to do and wanted to do something really fast and in your way, and what happens is time passes and we end up where it would have taken us, say 8 years of school or something. We end up in that place in life anyway, only now, because we've not paid attention to things that we would have had to really invest some time into and we didn't want to put the effort into. Now we're kind of kicking ourselves in the ass for realizing that time does pass, but the investments that we were, where we were putting our time and our energy was not where it should have been. And I think that there is some regret over that. I think it may have someone too in a really dark place, but what you're being told here is that you can only go so far into the shadows before spirit comes in and pulls you back out. So if someone is in that place where they're in a really dark place and that's all that they're seeing, you're being reminded that, sometimes we need to go into that dark place, but you won't be let to go in so far that you're not going to be able to come out. And when you come out, it'll be with a revelation of all of this. And that's where I think the Justice card comes in. It's a restructuring or a rebalancing of your life. There's also something through here of some remorse about a tragedy or a mistake that was taken in the past. And I don't know if that has to do with, maybe someone this is so odd, someone playing with matches or someone doing something where it ended up costing something significant. Because what I see is like an abandoned house. So that sometimes, most times, usually means that it's childhood things, it's childhood traumas, and that's just a reference point. It doesn't need to be, you know, that, but it's regret over the past, and I think this goes pretty far back. Bear with me one second. Okay, there's a sense of jealousy through here too. I think too that someone feels that they are, again though, I think you're focused in the wrong spot. I think that you feel like you're surrounded by people that want to stake claim on injustices that were done. Like you may either be casting the stone at someone or someone on you as to why this took place. There's also a divorce in here, or a relationship I should say, that must have been tumultuous because the eye was on the wrong prize during the marriage, and now that the proceedings for a divorce are here, or you are divorced, you're both realizing that in it, though, you taught each other significant lessons. So it was one of those relationships, again, that comes together for seasons and reasons, but then dissipates. So that's in here too. So you're being asked to not regret any of that because things needed to go this way. Let me see if I missed anything. Okay, you're just being reminded too that in the middle of all of this, in the middle of revelations like this and learning points and you know, learning curves, in the middle is hell. But it's only in the middle that hell is. I feel that you get through this because the Six of Swords, that card, guys, and I'm going to throw it in here today, that's a card of the Dark Night of the Soul. That ferry boat basically is got your soul in there, and it's bringing it to a new place. So again, we don't have the Death card in here, but this card is basically a renewal. It's a going on from here, but with a different mindset, and it sets you free. Okay, so that's what the Hermit, I think, is pulling on the past in here. It's looking at things in the past because you've got to let some stuff go to be able to get through it. The Five of Cups is where it's that breaking open. It's the separating of the soul and your flesh, and it's got to heal this wound in here, and that's where the Justice card comes in to balance all of that out. There's harmony in that card, and there's karma in that card, right? And the Six of Swords tells me that you do get through this and you do get onto a better place, and that's where that goes. I think somehow today, I don't know what the alignments are planet-wise. I haven't looked at those, but something in here is really causing people, because I'm not picking up on one person. This is a collective energy, so it's really looking at the parts that we played in things and really just owning them, I guess. And I think that, you know, fantasy and daydreams, they do play a role here. But when you really think that you can play those out without any, I don't know, there's something in here about having the eye on trying to organize things in such a way, but you were missing the big picture. So that's going to apply to many different people in many different ways. So I hope that I helped you in some way. If you need a private reading, please reach out to me. I will be more than happy to help you with anything. Okay? Thank you so much.